Okay, these two elements are off of a GE 50-gallon hot water electric heater, and we just had them replaced. And as you can see, they were really in bad shape. Now, we used to have well water, and I guess about 5 years ago they changed it to street water, so we no longer have the well water because where we live excuse me, you have to cement the water or the pipe with the well water was coming out of. You have to close the pipe, cement it shut, which sucks because, you know, even though we're getting street water now, we're paying for water. The well water we didn't pay for. You know, we could have used washing cars or, you know, watering lawns or bushes for free. But township won't allow you to do it. Of course they don't, because it's free. Excuse me. So these elements haven't been changed for at least 5-6 years. I believe we got the new hot water heater probably within a year, before we changed it to the street water. So the well water will give you more of the calcium deposits and the mineral deposits than actually what you see here. Because I think every 2 or 3 years the water heater had to be changed. Well, the elements had to be changed every 2 or 3 years when you have really hard well water, because they really get caked on there with you know, all kinds of deposits, you know. So this was on for maybe about a year. Then we had the street water after that. And as you can see, within 5-6 years, it really started getting really bad shape. These actually should be like real smooth. And you can see the deposits are just like caked on. I mean, look at that. Now even inside here, right in there, you could see, and especially this one. Let me put the light on. There you go, that's better. So you can actually really see how bad this was. Extremely bad. Now, one of them was working and the other one wasn't, and I'll show you why. And we didn't know it. I mean, we knew the water was kind of going in and out, but here's the hole. Look what happened. It just blew. That's an actual hole right there. See it? Right there. There's a hole. I mean, check that out. Unbelievable. So what I want to do is just let you know that just make sure you change these elements. Doesn't matter if you have street water or not. You might, I mean, if you have a water conditioner, maybe that would help a lot. But make sure you really change them every so often. Maybe every 3 years or so, you know. Now, I think ours, there's 5,500 watt, the elements. But, you know, there's like 3,500 watt, 4,500 watt. You have to get the ones that match your hot water heater. But these, the ones that I replaced, or that I had replaced, was 5,500. So they're pretty heavy duty wattage. But can you imagine? I mean, we've had this for quite some time. I mean, this one didn't blow. This was probably the one that was working, of course. And this was the top one, and this is the bottom one. But look at that. I did hear a surge one day, like with electric. But golly, it's amazing you don't get like electrocuted from taking a shower. Because you can imagine the current, the 240. There's 240 going through these. And, well, maybe 120 per. I'm not quite sure how it works. I'm not an electrician, but heavy duty electricity goes through these things to heat that water up. It's crazy, isn't it? I mean, look at that. I mean, I'm sure everything's grounded from getting you electrocuted, but damn, it sucks. And, you know, a kit, you could get 2 of these. Then you could get the thermostats, which are easy to change, but our thermostats, I think, are good. And I don't know, less than 50, 60, 70 bucks, easy. Not much. And they're real easy to change if you change them yourself. You just have to get a big socket to go on top of this. As soon as you turn off your breaker, make sure your electric's off before you even touch any of this crap, because it will kill you, this electricity. So make sure you go to your breaker box, completely shut off your breaker box for the hot water heater, and you're going to order a socket online that will go over top of this here with a breaker bar. And the breaker bar with a socket is actually better than buying the actual, I don't know, that piece that you buy to go on here. Because they're cheap and you can't get these off, because sometimes they're like frozen on. As you can see, they're caked on. See that? I mean, these things will be very hard. Then you got to clean up the threads. So when you take them off and you unscrew these off with a breaker bar and a socket, make sure you clean up the inside threads of the hot water heater. And of course, you got to empty the hot water heater and everything. And there are many videos on there that you could watch and learn how to do that. So I'm not going to go into that, but just really make sure you turn off the electricity to the hot water heater. So, because this 240 will kill you. You know, 220, 240, whatever. It would definitely kill you. And messing with water too. But make sure you clean up the inside of the threads with the screws on. Because, you know, once you undo these with a breaker, you got to kind of pull these out of the hole, right? And it's kind of heavy, these things. So you don't want to mess up the threads. So as soon as you pull it out, take a wire brush, go in the hole, clean it up real good, wipe it down with a nice clean cloth, and then take some silicone grease and put a little bit on the threads, a little bit on the new one of threads, and then screw it back in there nice. Don't overly tighten them, because it's just a little rubber gasket, washer, whatever you call it right here. You want to tighten it and snug it real good, but don't overly tight, because you can always go back and tighten if it leaks when you fill it up. And again, there are videos online how to do that, not to over tight, just snug. And there are videos how to fill it and all that other crap. So, all right, I just wanted to show you this, basically what it did. So make sure you change your elements every so often on your hot water heater, because if not, it will cost you a fortune. You'd have to buy a new hot water heater, and they're not cheap anymore. You know, they start anywhere from $500 and up to $1,200, but you know, you don't want to put out that much money. Well, you can put less than 70 bucks out and really do it yourself if you step by step watch these videos. Don't rush it. Don't go too fast. Just take you probably less than an hour and a half or so, or 2 hours, because mainly the work is draining the hot water heater, especially if you have 50, 60 gallon tank. All right, just wanted to show you. There you go. Change them every 2, 3, 4 years tops. I won't even let it go 4 years. We let it go too long. I would probably no more than 3 years tops on changing these elements. All right.